Hi everyone, it's Allison here from Crochet Connections, and today we're going to learn a few tips and tricks on a center pull ball. And a center pull ball is when you have a ball of yarn that pulls from the center. For example, this is a used up or almost used up ball, but you can see that when I pull out my yarn, it pulls from the center and it doesn't get, like, I can hold it in my fist and it doesn't run all over the place. And I have another ball over here that is exactly the same. See, I can just pull it straight out, and that stops all your yarn from running all over the place. Here's an example of one that I made. It was a ball that had gotten down to just, scraps like this, and I made this one up myself. So it is easy to do, and you will only need a needle of some sort. I have this really big one that I like to use because it's easy to hold on to. It's a 20mm. I only have one, it was given to me. But you can also use like a pencil or another, just a regular size knitting needle. Preferably something that is round or round shape. So when you hold it and you twist it, you can easily turn it like that. And here is another center pull ball I did, and there was hardly any left of this yarn, so I just wound it up on my fingers. I just held the tail and I just wound it around my fingers a bit, took it off, turned it on its side, round it the opposite way for a bit, and just until it looked ball shaped and I can still pull it out and use it. But first we're going to learn how to find the center. Now if you look in here, you can see it's like a bit of a funnel. You can see how the insides twist around and around and around. It does the same thing on the other end. So what you want to do is just look for the center in here, and can you see just, I'll just get my pencil, I can see just here is my center. And if you can't find it and you're not sure, I've already put my finger in here a couple of times, so I know where it is. You just pull up one of these sides and have a look and say, oh well, I can't find it, so I'll just put my finger on one of these ledges and just, follow it around. So I'll just follow it around, follow it around, follow it around in circles, and just keep following it around and around, and it'll finally lead you to the middle. And just keep going around and around until you can't follow it around anymore, and it'll lead you to the center. And the trick with this is, once you get your two fingers in the center, is you want to curve them a bit like this and just sort of like loosen up the yarn a little bit in the center and just sort of like pull it on the ends of just a little bit like this. So I've got my fingers in there now, and I can feel in the center, I can actually, can you hear that? That's my nails. So now I'm just going like this with my nails and turn it. Now I'm just pressing into my thumbs. I'm hooking it with my fingers. And I'm just twisting my fingers around in a circle like this, just to loosen it up a bit. And I can feel, I think it's going to be this end here. It sort of has a bit more bunched up on the inside. So now what I want to do is I just want to get my fingers like this in the hook and just slightly pull it out a bit. Just on the end that you think it's going to be. Just try and hook it slowly and just slowly pull it out. And I'm going to use my thumb to go in there with next to my finger and just grab one little bit and just gently pull, just like this. And don't worry if you think it's all going to come out, because it won't. Don't worry if a big chunk comes out, because that is what we want. because we will use all this. This is exactly what we want. Till it's a bit looser. Go looking for your center piece. Just however feels easier for you. So imagine if you had to pull all your yarn off like this, your ball would be rolling all over the floor. There we go, here's more of the center. It just comes away. And there we go, we have our end of our yarn ball. And now that that's all out, we can just pull straight from the center without it rolling around. And it may look like a bit of a pile, but what you want to do then is just go and, you know, wrap it around the outside like this. So you'll just, while you're not using it, just sit wrapped up nice and neat. Okay, so we're moving on now to making as a center pull ball. And I already have some yarn pulled out here, so we can get started straight away. And of course, I'm going to use my large needle. And when I first started, I put a bit of sticky tape on because my yarn kept falling out of my hands. What I do is I leave a nice decent tail, and I'll hold it with my thumb. Hold the needle with my thumb. And then I'll just wrap it. I'll bring it down. The needle starts to taper here, so I'll wrap it a couple of centimeters down from the end. I'll just wrap it around a couple of times like this till I don't think it's going to go anywhere. And I just keep wrapping it around and around and around. And I want it to be just a little bit wider than 1 centimeter. So then I'll turn the actual needle around in my hand, and I'll continue wrapping around in circles. And you'll notice that it'll get a bit of a rise in the center. Can you see down the bottom here? That's got a bit of a rise. What you want to do then is start wrapping at an angle like this. Then turn the needle and continue wrapping at an angle. And just slowly keep turning your needle and keep wrapping. Then you can go back to doing a few straight on. If it doesn't want to go straight, just turn the opposite angle and wrap for a little bit. And you just keep doing that till it evens out. I just keep wrapping it so that you can see here it's a bit less even. I just keep wrapping so I try to fill out that area. So I know I need to wrap a couple straight rounds, and then I'll go to the side and turn it on an angle. And then I will go wrapping it directly on the wood up the top and down the bottom here. So I go directly onto the wood like this, and this will help keep the ball in shape and stop ends from running all over the place too. And once again, you just give that a little turn every now and again. it looks like I'm getting to the end of my yarn here. A scrap bit of paper. I'll just do a couple of winds, making sure I'm getting all of my yarn covered around. Then I'll just start going flat circles again, and then I'll get a crochet hook. I'll get a crochet hook and I'll just go under. These are the last winds I made. I'll go under them, but I'll also try to pick up one or two of the crossed over winds, and I'll just pull that underneath all of them, making sure I don't pull it all the way off. Just try and put that back on there the best I can. Let's give it a gentle tug. And I might need to pull it under just one or two more up here just to keep it out of the way. That's done. Now I just normally, give it a bit of a squish with my fingers. And I press it down on these ends. Give it another squish with my fist. I take it off. I have a new center pull ball. Easy as. Like I said, you could do it with a pencil. The principle is the same. Just get your yarn, lay it on your pencil, hold it and wrap it. And you're done. Okay. So if I come up with any tips or tricks that I think are interesting, or if you have any questions or you find something that you think might be interesting and you would like others to know, hit up my website, my blog at www.crochetconnections.wordpress.com, and leave me a message there, or leave me a comment and let me know, or even hit reply to the video. And don't forget to like these videos. Okay, have fun everyone. Bye.